Alright, so my name is Mason Rowe. The name of my farm is Shady Farm. We're based out of New Vineyard, Maine. We do dairy. We show dairy cattle. We have 3 kinds of cattle we show. We show Jersey cows. We show a cow called Jerseys. We show milking shorthorns, and we show Guernseys. We go. Our first fair is Skowhegan Fair, which is where we're at right now. And next weekend we'll be in Windsor Fair. We'll be there, and then in October we'll be at Freiburg Fair, the last fair we go to. This is more of a small local fair we go to just for get ready for the big shows. We tend to do I tend to say we do pretty well with our cows. We go out of state sometimes, buy some heifers to mix up our breed line. This one I bought this spring. She's from She's from a pretty high dairy cow, pretty high class farm. She'd be a pretty good heifer. These ones are some of our older cows we used to have, shorthorns. She was born in March, so they're called March calves. So she's the youngest one we have here we show. And then we go down to our age cows down there, which the last one at the very end, she's a Jersey cow. She's 7. Yesterday in the youth show, which is like a 4-H for like kids, like 21 and under, we show. She was the best. She got champion Jersey, and then the cow next to her is our Guernsey cow. She's a 3-year-old, which means she's 3. She's had 2 calves. She won the Guernsey show yesterday, and the Jersey took reserve overall cow of the show yesterday. We do a variety. We try to keep them in milk with, trying to say here. We keep our cows in milk because if you don't keep cows in milk for show, they don't look as good. So when we milk them, we would call us bagging them. We put like 14 hours, we do a 12-hour milking schedule. So we'll milk at 5 and we'll milk at 5 at night. That'll be at 12 hours. I'll give the cows a hard bag. So tomorrow is the open dairy show, which all the farms will compete, and we'll see who has the best cow. And we'll try to put enough bag on, not enough pressure to hurt the cow, but enough to make her look good and make her stand out more to the judge, more appealing. We'll go down this way. We'll look at the age cow. In a normal dairy cow, what the judge is looking for is a cow with a lot of frame, a nice udder that flows with the cow's body. It doesn't really stick out. It kind of like it's one piece. All cows are one piece. You want to make them look neat, clean, and dairy. What I mean by dairy is they're not too fat, they're not too skinny. They have enough cover, enough belly to make them look good. That Jersey cow right there in the end, that right there is a cow that I would say could go anywhere and place really high in any class. She'll do very well tomorrow. I'm looking forward to Freiburg to see where she's going to end up. I'm hoping she'll win at Freiburg because that'll mean that she'll be a good cow to breed for next year and have good calves and start another good bloodline of our cows. But there's actually 5 kinds of cows that they show in the United States. They start off the Ashers. They are red and white. They tend to be more of a smaller, docile cow. Then you go to your brown switcher, or big gray cow. And then you go to your Holsteins. Holsteins are probably one of the most popular breeds in the United States and in the milking industry because they produce the most milk. They're also one of the biggest cows. Then you go to your Guernseys. Guernseys are another good cow to breed to use because they're not really high maintenance cows. They're kind of just a cow that more like a family cow. Jerseys are also the other popular breed in the United States because they have a really high butter content, which means that they're really good with butter, butter, like making like cheese and butter and ice cream and yogurt, all that stuff. That's what those cows are good for. So they mix the Holstein cows with these Jersey cows in these big herds to give them more milk production and a better butter content. So that way they make better ice cream, better butter, better yogurt, all that kind of stuff. Then the last After Jersey is the Milk and Shorthorn. Milk and Shorthorn is a red cow, which is like that one right there. They're kind of a bigger cow, but they don't produce a whole lot of milk just because they're from England, and they're not England. They're like a more of a home type cow, like a family cow. So they're very docile. They're not really rambunctious. They're not like hyper or anything. They're kind of very, docile and friendly. But so the day before the show, what we're trying to do is get these cows what I call fill. We're gonna make their bellies bit bigger. So what you want to do when you do that is keep them eating, because like 85% of a cow's life is eating, and the other 15 is them sleeping, is resting. So right now they're all eating in about 5 to 10 minutes, like that one just laid down. In about 10 to 15 minutes she'll stand back up, she'll go back to eating, she'll get a drink of water or whatever, and then she'll eat. When they eat, what we're trying to do is to give them these 3 different kinds of hay. There's first crop, second crop, and third crop. Your first crop is more of a coarser hay. It'll give them a belly. A second crop is a finer hay. It'll make them finish, what we call a finish hay. It'll make them really fill, make their bellies fill out, and give them that nice, what we call rib. Give them that nice big barrel look. And your third crop is more of like it kind of eases them off the show day, and it kind of makes them look presentable to the judge. Right now we're kind of focusing on keeping the cows comfortable and getting them ready for tomorrow when the show starts at 10. So we're going to start down here. These are all heifers, these last 6, and these are all the milk cows. The difference between a heifer and a milk cow is heifers haven't had a calf yet. They haven't been bred, and they haven't had their first baby yet. So the youngest down there, she probably won't get bred till next year or next spring. These 3 bigger heifers, they'll probably be bred next time they come into heat. So they'll probably, I'd like to breed them so they have calves next June or July. So when they come in, that Jersey age cow right there, she calved in June and July. That means that we're trying to get them into milk and not be out of milk. Because if you breed them too early, they'll calve in like March, April, then they won't have enough milk to be presentable to the judge. We like them to look full and at their max production when we start showing. So them 3 we bred for next June. We'll bring them to Scout. We'll bring them here again, and we'll go to Windsor, which is another big fair we go to. Freiburg, we'll go, and then we'll end off with Freiburg. Freiburg is one of the bigger fairs we go to. It's definitely an honor to win that fair, just because it's one of the biggest in Maine, and it's our last one. We have won that a few times. We were actually the first farm to win that show back in some early 2000s with a Milk and Shorthorn. That's the last and only Milk and Shorthorn that's ever won that fair overall, dairy cow. We have won it a few times with a Jersey, a couple of our Jersey cows. But it's definitely an honor to win that fair, because there's so many people there, and it's really competitive, and it's just the biggest. There's just one, and it makes your name well known around the farm community and the show community. So I'm Mason Rowe, back with the Shady Lane Farm. Shady Lane Farm, we do dairy, as I was in the last time. We do pigs, the swine barn. We also do some sheep. We also have sheep, and we do the barnyard. We do the barnyard at all the other fairs, like Cumberland and Freiburg, stuff like that. But this is a pig barn where we keep our pigs. We supply the scrambled pigs for the Skowhegan fair. There's 15 of them this year. There'll be 5 per class of kids. That'll be this Saturday. That'll be Saturday, August 21st. That'll be at 1. It's ages 6 to 11. We do a lot of pigs. We raise a lot of piglets to sell people for meat and shows, stuff like that. We usually keep on hand around 10, 15 piglets. We have a big boar and 3 sows, brood sows that we use, the breed sows. This is our boar. He's only a year old now. He probably weighs, he weighs about 600 pounds now. He'll probably get a lot bigger before we get rid of him. Because sometimes when they get too big, the sows can't handle them. These are our sows. we have 3 sows. 2 of them are first-time pig, will be the first time having pigs. This one will be our second time having pigs. These are what we call the spotted pigs. They're also a mixture of Yorkshires. So they'll have a little bit of white in them, but they'll mainly have this throughout spotted pigs like them 3 right there. Them 3 out of this sow. She's a spotted pig, and the father was a spotted, so they came out with spotted pigs. Them are also some spotted pigs, but they have a little bit of white in them because the father was a white pig. The mother was a spotted. They usually, these pigs are only a couple months old, so not very big yet. These are about 4 months. There's definitely a bigger difference size and weight in pigs. You can tell the difference between the ages. But these 2 pigs on here are show pigs. These 2 will be shown. We'll show these at Windsor Fair. We got a couple of these pigs out west this year. See if they learn anything different for breed and size, just the size difference, the scale of muscle in pigs. These will be shown at Windsor. They will be processed into meat, into pork for the buyers after the auction. Most of these pigs at the end of their life, we will probably put them into meat just because it'd be easier. They won't be worth much, and we'll need it for our freezers. So and we'll probably sell them off people that need them too. So there's a bunch of different pig breeds. There's actually down here, there's a board that I want to say there's 8 breeds of pigs. There's the Yorkshires, which are the most popular pork producing pig because they grow quick and they don't have these big floppy ears. They kind of point up but kind of little. There's the Durocs, which are red, or the 2 red ones down there you just saw. Those are Durocs. Then the spotted. This is a spotted pig because they're like usually a white and red with spots, or they usually have black in them. They're spotted. And then there's your hang on. There's a board over here. There's your Hampshire, which is a black and white pig. It looks like an Oreo. There's your Berkshire, which is a black with white feet and a white head. There's your Poland China, which is usually a black. Looks like a Berkshire, but they're a little bit smaller. Then there's your Landrace. Your Landrace have these big floppy ears that come over their eyes that shield them, so they can't really see anything. Most people don't use them pigs just because they can't see what they're doing. And then there's the Chester White. Chester Whites are usually mixed with the Yorkshires to help produce better pigs and boost and make them grow faster. So they'll dress better on the hook than they will in the show ring. All right, so I'm Mason Rowe, back at the Lanes. Like I said, we did the barnyard. This is the Lanes Barnyard and Friends. My aunt and uncle do this. We do Skowhegan, Farmington. We do New Portland Fair. We do Clinton. We do Freiburg, Cumberland. We go all over the place to do little barnyards, and sometimes like little people events will call us. We'll do some like one-day events and stuff on people's lawns. So we'll get right into this. We do like there's dwarf rabbits like this top one here. This is a dwarf rabbit. So they won't get no big. That's as big as he'll get. The one on the bottom is a normal sized rabbit. That's a Harlequin lopped cross. So there's a bunch of crosses. He'll be a pretty colored rabbit, like a 3-colored rabbit. Moving on. So then we go down the line. We have the potbelly pig. Actually, it used to be a teacup pig. So like when he was born, he was probably could fit my palm of my hand. He's full grown now. His name's Remy. He's very friendly. Probably really tired now. Been here for 4 days now, 4 or 5 days. He likes to bite. He's very friendly. And then we got the horse. We have a bunch of donkeys and miniature donkeys and miniature horses. This is Pumpkin. She is 17 now. She's getting up there. Donkeys can actually live to be 45. That's the oldest donkey we've had yet. Yep, she's a miniature donkey. That's as big as she'll ever get. She's only 17. Then we get down to the miniature ponies. This is Flicka. The black one's Flicka and the red one's Ginger. The red one is 2 and the black one is 3. They are both full-blood sisters. Their mother is white. Her name is Snowball. She's at home because she didn't want to come to fair this week. The 2 donkeys is Lily and Lola. The black one is the mother to Lily, and Lily is now 4. She was born in June. The other 2 were born in June. They're kind of like a week apart. Their dad is no bigger than probably 3 feet. He's not very big at all. So that's the biggest they'll ever get. They're all very friendly. They do like licorice because that's what they like. So you walk through the barn, through the pens, is out in the pasture. They'll follow you, try to bite your butt because they think you have licorice in your back pocket. So yeah, do a lot of them. And then we get down to the goats. These are Nigerian dwarf goats, so they're the biggest. They're all full grown, so they won't get very big. They are very small and very friendly goats. They can jump really high and they're really fast. The little smallest one, he's a baby. He's probably he's 4 months old now. The dad is right there. Is the black one, the spotted one. They all have these 3 here have babies in probably another month or so, or maybe a couple weeks actually. They're all ready to pop, have little babies for the next fair. And then we have some sheep. Those are some of our show sheep that we don't need, that we have too many for this fair, so we won't show them this fair. We'll probably show them next fair. But they're like a Titans. They're a hair breed. They're a very rugged breed, so they won't. This is a hair, so it's like kind of like having dog hair when it sheds. It's like a dog hair. So they shed. They're a very rugged breed, so we keep them outside during the wintertime, and they have a barn to go into, and hay and water and heat, stuff like that. But they tend to like to be outside a lot. They don't come into the barn much unless we feed them grain. And we have about 40 head of sheep now. And then we get to our calves. These are the 2 calves that we'll keep for we'll use them as freezer beef a couple years from now. We feed the milk from the cows will go to these. What we don't use to put in the butter and stuff. We'll feed them the milk and they drink it. We don't have to waste the milk at all. The red one is Jeffrey and the black one is Johnny Cash. And they both were born on the farm. Well, actually, that one came from a farm in Athens, and that one came from an Amish guy. Both out of Holstein cows. We just bought them because we needed to. Well, we don't want to waste our milk because it's a waste of let's just throw it down the drain or whatever. So we like to use it for the calves and stuff that need it. These are chickens. These are silver white lace Wyandottes, so they're black and white. There's about 30. There's about 18 in here right now, and then there's Turk. Turkers are it will be Thanksgiving dinner this year. He's about a couple months old. He is very friendly. He would be in the petting pen over there, but he likes to bite people. He will follow you anywhere. Because if I let him out, he'd probably follow me to halfway through the midway, but I don't want to lose him, so we'll keep him right in here. But yeah, that's what we have for chickens. And then we get to the petting pen. The petting pen has goats, has probably our most friendly goats. Has a bunch of different size, little baby rabbits, big rabbits, different kinds of rabbits. There's a bunch of big California, Plymouth cross giant rabbits in here. They're all young rabbits, so they're probably a couple months old, so they'll get a lot bigger. They'll probably average 15 to 18 pounds, 11 weeks old, 18 pounds. Then there's some more Nigerian dwarf goats. There's a bunch of ducks in here, big ducks, little ducks, a bunch of blue, blacks, different colors. We like to make it look fun and cool for the little kids to go in and try to pat them. We also have a bunch of silky rabbits, silky chickens. They're like a fluffy chicken. They have big pom-poms on top of their heads. And then we have them, the normal looking chickens are called Cochins. They all have little hair, feathers on their feet and stuff. So they look pretty cool, and the kids like to go in and play around and pat them and whatever else. But it does get long. After a long week, they like to go home and rest and have their time themselves. But yeah, this is the barnyard, and yeah.
Did you say anything about these ducks?
Oh, so these ducks, these are ducks are, I want to say Harlequin ducks. Probably most of them are crossbreeds. Most are crosses. Gives them more color and stuff like that. The white ones are Pigeons though. Those white ones, they all lay eggs. Some of them are big, like these brown ones here are babies. They were probably hatched a couple months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. The blue ones are a bit older. I think they're actually the parents of these ducks. All these animals are for sale because we can't keep them all during the winter time. So we tend to sell a few every fair, and at Freiburg we try to sell them all so we ain't got to use a whole big grain bill at the end of the year. Another part of the laying farm, we do a bunch of, we show Skowhegan sheep, which are actually hair sheep. If you could read this board, there's a lot of different kind of facts in here. We like to show the white ones because that's what most people show, but they come in all different kind of colors. They come in black and white and red and white and all kinds of different colors. But we like to show the white ones because they pop out, they stick out more to the judge. These are our big rams. These two big rams here are our yearling rams. This will be the last year because you can only show up to yearlings, so you can't show any older than yearling rams. These will be our breeders for next year. We went out west a couple years ago and we got a ram from out west and mixed in our breed lines to make them a bit stronger for the shows up here because we go out west. We go out of New England and stuff like that to show these guys a little more competitive with the sheep. But moving down the line, this is a fall ram. This is a spring ram lamb. Means he was born this spring. He's out of a ram from out west. See, if you look at the brown speckles on his feet, he looks just like his dad. His dad has all the brown speckles all over him. His name's Speckles, and then this one is, I'm not sure what his name is yet. I don't know, we don't have name tags up yet. But then we go down the line, these are yearling ewes. These are our older ewes. This is a pair of ewes, they're probably brother and sister. And then we go down, and there's another line, there's more yearling ewes, another set of yearling. There's two flocks here. There's about 14 to 15, 18 sheep here, something like that. These are another set of yearling ewes. These are born a year ago in probably the springtime. These are fall ewe lambs. These are born last fall. So they're probably born in August or October. Between them, a couple months there, 3-4 months there. As you can see, the trend is all white. As I said, we like to stay with our white sheep. They're easier to keep clean, and we can make sure they're clean. And then we get to our falling down. These are spring lambs. There's 2 pens of them. These are born this spring. These two are grand champions. We had 2 champions that are going for Supreme today. One of our rams is going for Supreme. One of our ewes is going for Supreme. Try to keep our bloodline straight, and she took a picture and I saw that. But we try see if you see this red one. This red one was pretty good. We try to keep usually the white ones are really good, but this red one really stuck out to us this year. So we decided to bring her along and see how she did, and she did pretty well today, I guess. So we'll see her later in the Supreme. But and this is our tack stall and all that. And there's a bunch of different kinds of sheep here. I'm not sure how many different kinds of sheep, but I know there's Lincolns and Southdowns and Border Cheviots and all that stuff like that. So.
What do we got on the other side? Are those yours? Or?
Nope. This is our one side. There's about 4 or 5 different farms here. There's about 100. There's about 200 head of sheep here at this fair today. So we'll take all these sheep to we'll take these sheep right along with our cows. We'll go from here. We'll go to Windsor, and then we'll go to Freiburg and probably Eastern States. Eastern States is in Springfield, Mass. That's a big show that we go to, and that'll be our last show of the year right there. So
You said you take these guys out west. Where do you show out there?
We go out west, and we go to Ohio and stuff like that, and we go out there and buy some sheep and bring them back and stuff like that. So we do that and try to because you can't use the ram 3-4 times in a row because then they all become brother and sister and stuff like that. So we try to keep our different bloodlines into our sheep and stuff like that, so they don't cross over and mess up and stuff like that. So. Alright, so my name's Mason. This is one of our last parts of the laying farm. We show a lot of chickens. We show standard Rhode Island Reds and we show Banner Rhode Island Reds. This is actually our chicken right here. He is the best of the show. This rooster has gone to bunch of different fairs in like Freiburg and Windsor. He's won both of them fairs a couple times. He's also been taken out of state to a place in the Massachusetts called Poultry Congress. He's won that one 3 times. That means he was the best bird in New England. And we've won that a few times. We also have a bunch of older birds. I've done it a few years before that. This is the Poultry Bond. This is where they keep all the chickens for the shows. There's about 20 to 30 different breeds of chickens in here. I can't really name them all because I don't know them all. But we have Rhode Island Red Standards and Bantams. We also have call ducks, which are they're small little white duck. They're down here. But we also show in this show we have 5 different breeds of chickens. We have our lavender rooster. This is ours, a lavender Orpington. So he's blue. He was the best of his variety. Moving down the line, we also have what we call cochins. So these chickens right here, they have feather feet. They're big, puffy and big. They're really not that heavy. It's just the feathers, the way the feathers are made. They're really big and makes them really look really big and built. Yep. But that's the character of their breed. And these are black Langshanks. I think they're a darker breed of chicken. And you get on the line. There's a bunch of different kind of chickens in here, different colors as you'll see. They're all different breeds and different varieties. Many people like to choose a variety and stick with it because they like that chicken the best. As some people like the way they're easy to take care of, or some people like a challenge sometimes. It's really all the person that really likes it.
Are these young or are they real small?
These are called bantam chickens. These are as big as they're gonna get. Yep. So like this is a light brown leghorn. So leghorn means that they really small skinny legs and there's no feathers on their legs. And a light brown chicken, as you can see. But they won't get this is an old rooster. Old roosters are called cockerels or cocks, and then you get into your hens and your cockerels and your pullets. So cockerels are your younger roosters, and then pullets are your young hens, and your hens are obviously your hens which lay eggs, and because these chickens right here will lay eggs about that big. Well, probably roughly, they're half the size of our standard chicken egg. Well, this is about a bantam egg, and that's probably a normal chicken egg. Yeah. Many people like these for like backyard, in cities and stuff. They're not very big and they're easy to take care of, and they're really well with the small eggs. And like these big chickens down here, they'll lay an egg about that big. And I think there's actually what we like to call call them Easter eggers. They have these. They lay these different colored eggs.
Oh yeah.
They're called. Oh, I forget the name. I think there's some in here somewhere as well. I'll find them.
They have like blue eggs.
They have blue eggs, and they have blue eggs and green. And all. I call them Easter eggers because they look like Easter eggs. Yeah. These are I can't pronounce that name actually. It's a black. Semini. So that's your black meat. That's those You've ever heard of them black chickens? The chickens that have the black meat. That's one of them chickens that has the black meat. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is because she has the full black head and everything. But that's probably the only one in this bond right now that I can see because I don't see any roosters in here like her. And also in this bond, there's not just chickens. There's also pigeons. There's a lot of pigeons up on this back wall here, as you can see. And there's also some Guinea Fowl from India. These are like they're called Guinea Hens. These are your standard, normal, everyday you see Guinea Hens. They're spotted, and they eat a lot of ticks. That's what most people have them for. These are your cochins, and then you get to your pigeons. These little pigeons, there's all kinds of different kind of pigeons here. You also see your turkeys. You got your leghorn bantams and all that stuff like that. And then, oh yeah, that's the best chicken in the show, right? One of the best bantam chickens right there. There's two different classes in this bond. There's your junior show, and then there's your adult show. This is the junior champion chicken. That means that a younger kid showed this chicken. I think it goes up to 18. It means you're a junior, or you can also enter the actual open show. It don't matter, but most kids go in the junior show because there's not a whole lot of kids, and it's more fun that way. Well, moving on as we go down along the line, they're all different kind of colors chickens. You don't, you know, there's the splashes and stuff like that. Then there's your pigeons. That's what they call a Birmingham roller pigeon. Like how. And you get down into the turkeys. These are your normal white. These are your white turkeys. This is what you see on your Thanksgiving table, like your butterball turkey, stuff like that. This is a female. This is a hen. That's actually a cockerel. This is a young turkey, young male turkey. He ain't very old. And then you get down to your tom turkey. This is a tom turkey. And then you get down here to the last one. That's a hen turkey. Right? The cockerels and the hens look similar, but that right there is actually a hen. Because cockerels haven't developed the head and the beard and the dewlap like the tom has yet. So about another year, probably by next spring, he'll have that. He'll grow into that. So, and then you go down. Oh, you guys are bad. Yeah, these are your geese. This is a brown African goose. This is, I'm pretty sure this is my goose. No, it's not. This is a junior goose. This is for the junior show. Yep, this is reserve goose actually. This isn't the champion goose, this is reserve. And then these are what I call the call ducks. These right here are what you call, I don't remember what they're called. Nah, these are actually my ducks. I don't know what they're called. But then you go down, these are your butterscotch call. There's like 6 different breeds of call ducks. This brown one right here is what you call a butterscotch duck, a butterscotch call. You see the different colors in it? It looks like kind of like a butterscotchish color. And then you have your white calls, and then you have your Pekin ducks, and then you have your pigeons. There's a ton of pigeons in here. There's like 100 birds. There's like 500 birds in this one building right now at a time. Because it's just so small, you can fit a ton of birds in here. And then you have your German owls, your starling pigeons, stuff like that. There's a bunch of different names in here because I'm not sure where any of these chickens originated from because I'm not much of a chicken person.
Yeah.
I do like chickens and all, but I'd rather stick with my cows and stuff. I know of these animals. Like these are the white calls. These white calls are these are as big as these ducks are gonna get actually. These are full-grown ducks. Then you get down to your white pecans. These are probably one of the bigger ducks you're gonna see. So if you go to the store and you buy a duck, these are what they use for them ducks you see in the stores and stuff like that, because they're just a big, heavy duck and they grow fast. So these ducks are here probably average 8 pounds a duck. And then down to, there's some more. These are different kind of turkeys and ducks down here. Different chickens. And these are what you call your black frillback pigeons. They're kind of frills, it's kind of like a frizzle. They have these big bunch of curly wings and stuff. They look really cool. In different colors. As you can see, a bunch of these pigeons, there's a ton of different colored pigeons and different shapes and sizes, different feather looks. And then if you look at the back, if you're interested in the coaching breed, there is this big banner that can say, tells you what different kind of breeds there are. There's your Barrett and your Birchin, and your most common is your large black fowl, which are the big ones, the big black cochin chickens. But cochins are your big puffy, your big looking chicken. They have the big feathers on the feet. They're kind of like right here. Actually, these are here. These are a lemon splash cochin. See how, if you look at the hen, how big she looks with the feathers? That's just because her feathers are really wide and bulky. And the rooster looks the same way because he's like a frizzle cross. He's a cross between a frizzle chicken and like that. So it makes his feathers kind of poke out a little bit. So then you get down to your white leghorns. Those are your most popular leg-laying chicken because they produce so fast. The white leghorns. And then you get down to your Rhode Island red roosters. This is the best in the junior class. This is also one of our chickens. It's probably one of my cousins has this in his name. This is another chicken. And then there's a bunch of these really cool looking pigeons right here. If you look at the back of their head, the feathers, see a little, look like a little receded hairline kind of looking thing. Looks pretty cool, like the big puffy headed feathers. See? Has a big cone around his head. There's two different colors. There's these brown ones and then there's black ones. So actually, no, look. They kind of show them, and then some people eat them. Like actually, these aren't actually blue ones. These aren't actually black. They're blue. Yeah. So you see that little bit of like a reddish tint into him? Yeah. That's the blue. That's like the light hitting off his feathers and stuff like that. That makes they're blue. And there's different colors of them. And then these are your different kinds of geese. They have eaten their tags. These little blue tags right here is what we use to see like the owner's number. And then there's these different, like a cock, and then your hen, your cockles, and then there's what the breed of the animal. These ones have, like these geese here have eaten their tags, so I can't tell you what they are. And they also eaten their ribbon too, if you can tell. So and then you get down to your black, these big brown African geese. These are actually, I own these two geese. These are both, this is a cockerel and this is a hen. Yep, hen. She was the best goose in the adult division. And then you get up to your, what are these? What is that? This is a blue, silver, modern game bird. Game birds are like what you call like quail and pheasants, stuff like that. They're like a hunting bird. So this is what they probably what they hunt in like over in Europe, like used to back in the day and stuff like that. So they call it game bird because they're really fast and they're small. See how long their legs are? This is a game bird. Very, very small birds. So yeah, that's what I got in this bond. There's not much. Oh, there's also baby chicks in this bond too. These are for sale. These are a bunch of little baby chicks, $1 a piece. And if you can only take 2 at a time because they need to be gone because we can't take them home with us because we don't have enough room. Yep. So they're very friendly little chicks too. And they make good presents for anybody wanting to buy some chickens. For anybody, this is probably one of the better presents you can buy somebody is a baby chicken. And they're $1 a piece, so $2 will get you 2 chickens, and $10 will get you 10 chickens. Yeah. And there's no guarantees what they are for male or female. Right. But definitely something that most people should have is baby chickens. So.